Welcome to this varsity semifinal Overwatch match between Buckeye Central and Shaker Heights. Your host today will be myself, Jacob Gabers, who's on the board for Esports Ohio, and then I'm joined today by two shoutcasters, and you'll hear from them a little later. It's going to be our Superior and Little Wookie. They'll be joining. They'll be doing most of the play-by-play. We should be starting here shortly. They're just finalizing their maps and everything like that. Before we begin, I just want to thank a couple of sponsors that makes this possible for Esports Ohio to continue to showcase these great students and this great gameplay. The Ohio Army National Guard, the U.S. Army, HyperX, Eris Sportswear, the Air Force Reserve, Gravity Gaming, Buckeye IT Services, and Respawn Products. We can't thank them enough for all that they've done for us to put us out onto the stage and for others to see. Once again, just want to quickly thank all of our sponsors, as you can see on our screen, all of those that make this possible, that allow us to continue to push this out to as many people as we can. So yeah, there we are. Our Eris Sportswear, Army, National Guard, U.S. Army, Air Force Reserve, Gravity Gaming by Bytespeed, and Respawn Products. So we will start here. HyperX is another sponsor of ours, and just once again thank all of them for their continued support. So a quick look here at the bracket. We are going to have one of the semifinal matches here, Shaker Heights versus Buckeye Central. Perrysburg and Oak Hills is currently going to be streaming on our Twitch page, Esports Ohio Twitch page. So if you want to check that matchup, that is over there. We are getting ready to start here, and we will be back shortly. All right, so we are getting ready to get started here on our first map. We'll be starting that shortly. I just want to introduce our student casters for today. Once again, my name is Jacob Gabers. I'm the part of the Esports Ohio board. With me today is our Superior and Little Wookie, and they are going to do the announcing for us today as we get it ready to start our first match. Guys, how's it going today?
Quite fine. I'm very excited for this matchup between these two teams. We have Shaker Heights, the defending champions currently, and Buckeye Central, who took a close loss to them last fall in the quarterfinals. So definitely a rematch to see here. I believe Shaker Heights is blue attacking, correct?
That should be correct. Yeah.
Okay. So out of Shaker Heights, we see Lucio, very good to getting to the point early, especially through these choke points here with AoE healing and move speed increase. McCree, Soldier to hit scan. Oh, they're on defense first. Okay. Very strong. Baptiste, with his immortality field, is going to be able to keep his team healed up and protected with any burst through the choke. And Diva, always a strong pick, especially in choke scenarios.
Buckeye Central pulling out the Symmetra. I do believe they may be going for a teleport play, especially on Hanamura. It's very common.
They are going for a teleport play along the side here, as Symmetra attempts to get set up. Symmetra getting a TP behind. See how far they can get.
Teleporting straight to the high ground. Getting the Soldier off, getting a pick on the enemy McCree.
Yeah, able to move in the point here. Fight has gotten quite messy, but that goes in favor of red side here, as Symmetra able to just mow down the enemy team, as this looks like a pretty dominant first point take. But the Reinhardt is down for blue side. Baptiste almost going there. This looks like almost a sure win for red.
Beautiful teleport play. Although they didn't go straight to point, they were able to get a pick and get the Soldier off of high ground at the same time, leaving two vulnerable DPS.
Yeah, I'm gonna mess this up all game, but I believe red side is Buckeye Central doing a very good job at forcing messy team fights, in which they do well in, especially with Reaper Symmetra. And things like McCree have struggled into, but Soldier swapping the Mei here, who's also really good in the messy fights that Buckeye Central seems to force. As we see an engage from Reinhardt here, trying to pressure Shaker Heights off the high ground. Gets stuck between a wall. Shatter ends up being blown by the enemy Reinhardt and blocks it. Shatter now for Buckeye Central. Able to find a huge Shatter onto Shaker Heights, and that is going to be this point most likely. There's probably very little Shaker Heights can do. Amazing Earth Shatter. Amazing job by the Reinhardt for the side of Buckeye Central.
Beautifully executed. Poorly timed Symmetra wall, as it was just a little bit too close to the Reinhardt. But they end the first half with over 5 minutes, which is actually amazing on this map.
Yeah, so amazing first push. We'll see what Shaker Heights has to answer with, and we'll also see what Buckeye Central goes for on defense. You could consider that last map kind of a cheese play, in a sense, with the Symmetra teleport, something you don't typically see, but on Hanamura it is expected in most circumstances. So, very good creativity by the side of Buckeye Central. I'm extremely excited to see if Shaker Heights will go for a similar strategy, or if they'll stick to some tried and true, as we'll see lock-ins here. And it looks like they will also go for a similar strategy with Symmetra. And interesting picks by Buckeye Central red side, going with Junkrat, Mercy, Zarya. Very strong champions in these chokes. Junkrat able to do a lot of area of effect damage in an area. Mercy able to res people when they've been picked, her ult to spread healing, damage amplification for when playing behind a Reinhardt, very strong. And Zarya also, she likes to stand in the choke and take damage to charge up, so that should be good. Junkrat going for a bit of a cheeky play here as he backs off.
Going up to the high ground so they can get some easy poke on the enemies. Shooting at the door just so they immediately take damage. Won't seem to find any damage as Shaker Heights does go to the side.
Junkrat should be able to spot and disrupt the Symmetra play if they end up going for it. And the Sim TP does come down on the point. See if Shaker Heights is able to have the same success in a Mei wall. Amazing strategy here. By Sim teleporting and Mei walling, you're able to guarantee yourself a lot of space, but it looks like it doesn't really matter as they aren't able to get too much from it. The Mei wall didn't really catch anyone.
Beautiful play from Buckeye Central, being able to come back even after the Maywall. They will be going for a regroup here. See if they can maybe fix up a strategy for the second push.
Yeah, that's looks like they're going to keep the Symmetra here. They might try the teleport again and try to get a better Mei wall than what they got before, but it looks like Buckeye Central's anticipating as they actually go up top here with the Sim teleporter as they run onto point again. We see a DPS 1v1 off the back of the site here, but Mercy makes it a 2v1. Symmetra shouldn't be able to win this, as a great Earth Shatter comes out from red side, Buckeye Central here. And it looks like that's another win for them on point.
Beautiful shatter from Shaker Heights. No, sorry, Buckeye. They did use shatter, but it was a beautiful. And now Shaker Heights has a shadow of their own to respond to this and hopefully take point. Third time's a charm.
Yeah, the Reinhardt ultimate ability, Earth Shatter. He slams his giant hammer on the ground, makes everybody around him fall down. Very clutch ability in these circumstances, as you've seen, but it can be easily blocked. As the Shatter comes in, doesn't find anyone, but the Baptiste ult does go up, but it's not able to stop the Junkrat tire. As Buckeye Central once again tearing through Shaker Heights. This Junkrat doing a lot. The Reinhardt, I mean everyone doing a lot, but Junkrat there with the spacing and clean up from the rest of the team. Very good execution too, with the blocking of the Earth Shatter and the immediate counter engage.
Yeah. Buckeye Central still does have 2 ults after that, with Shaker Heights only having 1 currently, close to having 3. It's not looking good for them so far. This Junkrat is just getting too much poke before a teamfight can even start, and it just puts them at such a huge disadvantage. They will, however, use the Symmetra wall trying to get closer into sight without being poked.
Looks like it's almost a waste as they can't really find much ground, but they are strategically running up to the high ground. Though Junkrat's going to be able to do a lot here as Reinhardt doesn't even take the front. Okay, now he's up in the front. He's taking a lot of shield damage. This will make it hard for them to push. Junkrat bombs are just bouncing around and they're doing a lot as they're now down on the ground.
Ooh.
McCree ult being blocked by a clutch Mei wall as Buckeye Central able to find picks possibly? Yes, they are. The clutch Mei wall was enough to stop the Deadeye and space apart, but a res coming in from Mercy. We see the power of Mercy here.
Another Mei wall to block off the Reinhardt from escaping back to his team.
So Reinhardt just charging in, going hard, has the Earth Shatter, but he can't get it off. He's too low HP, and the DPS from Buckeye Central able to fight back even when they were down. That also just shows the power of Mercy there. I think she actually got 2 reses off in that fight, and the damage boosting and the healing was way more than Shaker Heights could contend with. But Shaker Heights does have a few ultimates. They could try to do a quick take back. They have 8 seconds. And the Earth Shatter completely whiffing it. But there's not much you can do in this situation. You're just trying to get on point. As the McCree goes down, the 2 sides are equal. Able to get the Mercy pick. 2 sides mostly equal here. We'll see what they can do. As Shaker Heights, though, Reinhardt falling and Symmetra falling, that's going to change the whole tide of the fight. And it looks like a great hold. A 5-minute attack and a 0% defense by Buckeye Central. Huge dominant game 1.
Yeah, I've honestly haven't seen a game quite that one-sided in a very long time, especially on a 2 CP map like Hanamura. It's usually very even when it comes to the things where both teams take about 5 minutes to take each point. But
I love that Baptiste skin, I just have to say. I'm so happy they added it. It's now one of my favorite skins. As we see play of the game here from Baptiste, showing that Baptiste is way more than a support and can do a lot of damage when needed, but also showing his supportive aspects there, as Buckeye having all the cards, which further shows their dominance in that game. But Overwatch is a sometimes one-sided game. Certain teams have certain maps, certain strategies they prefer or can't play into or struggle against. So it looks like we're going to Lijiang Tower next. Any opinions on Lijiang Tower and how the teams can change up their formulas?
Lijiang Tower, unlike Hanamura, is a King of the Hill type map, so King of the Hill is far more stally type team fights, so I definitely feel like we're not going to see as much Symmetras, or maybe a little bit more McCrees and definitely some Maze. However, I also expect maybe some Wrecking Balls and some other tankier champs to come out and try to stall as much as they can.
I do know Candle for their Wrecking Ball. Personally, I played against it. It is pretty hard to deal with. Lijiang Tower, as you said, King of the Hill style map. It's also a completely different aspect, as the last map we saw focus on chokes, objectives, catching players out. Where here it's two big brawls, and it's whatever team will just come on top in that brawl. Some teams like to go for a coordinated strategy of jumping on top of one person and blowing them up, and then now it's a 6v5. Other teams like to force messy fights, like to just get in there, and they know the characters they have will excel better, and they know their skill will excel better in that situation. As we might get a bit of a little break here as the teams prepare for this next map. This is a best of 5 semifinals between Buckeye Central and defending champions Shaker Heights. It is 1-0, or sorry, 0-1. Buckeye Central is up one game right now.
It does seem like they are not ready, so we will just be trying to fill out the air. I mean, Lijiang, personally, not one of my favorites. However, it is all at the same time. I feel like that is most of the King of the Hill games, though. I don't know why, but I feel like we maybe see some Pharah gameplay, however. It does feel like it's more of a Pharah type of map as well. You already mentioned the Hammond may be pulled out. You could potentially see an Orisa. We may still see the Reinhardt Shatters. Hopefully, we can stop seeing those Rhine Shatters being blocked and maybe get 1 or 2 picks out of them. I feel like that would be huge. Buckeye Central's boxes from Baptiste had huge impacts, putting out huge damage, huge heals, all at the same time. I feel like Shaker needs to go with both a tanky and a burst comp at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. It looked like they were kind of out of their element there with the team fighty kind of stuff they were trying to do. Their comp was also a little mismatched. I saw like there was a group of 3 at the front, group of 3 at the back. They did seem a little miscoordinated, missing some shatters, and Buckeye Central fully able to take advantage of it. That's why you saw those fights get so messy, and that's why you typically saw them come on top, because they wanted that. They prepared for that.
Yeah.
It looks like we might get into our next match quite soon here, as one team is ready.
I believe both are.
Okay.
We're going to go straight in.
Now arriving at Lijiang Tower.
We see some early hovers on the Doom Fist. I don't know if that was just because they were in the start phase area, or if they're actually planning on playing Doom Fist.
Oof.
But I would love to see some Doom Fist.
Me too, man. After I picked Doomfist, I started climbing the ranked ladder, started carrying my team, and I became a better shot caller, and I just learned so much about the game from Doomfist. And people say that he's not mechanically skill required, but I highly disagree as a Doomfist main.
Those Doomfist combos are insane. As it looks like they won't go for it, but they will go for the Pharah here. We have a Reinhardt Diva combo out of... Now, they have not swapped. Okay, so a Reinhardt Diva combo out of Shaker Heights for DPS. The same McCree Symmetra. Symmetra potent on Lijiang because of the tower in the middle. There's a lot of areas to put turrets, a lot of movement potential. And you do see the Lucio Baptiste also AoE heals, AoE life saving. But the tried and true also coming back for Buckeye Central, that Junkrat Mercy. We do see the Baptiste and the Reinhardt with the Zarya as we see a fight break out in the corridor over here. Baptiste dishing out lots of heals. Both sides trading back and forth. Reinhardt almost dying for Buckeye Central. Baptiste barely able to save him. Clutch play by Buckeye's Baptiste. As we see the Reinhardt charging in for the side of Buckeye Central, able to break up Shaker Heights, and they find 2 picks. The heals by Shaker Heights are not able to at all match the heals by Buckeye Central, and they know this, and they're using that definitely to their advantage.
Getting 2 quick picks in quick succession, especially on the McCree, which is going to be our main source of damage out here, and then the Reinhardt, which is our only shield tank and the main aggressor in these team fights, is going to always put Buckeye Central at a huge advantage as long as they can keep getting these picks.
As once again, Reinhardt almost going down. Baptiste swooping in to save the day. As he's healing his team up, it looks like Shaker Heights kind of pinned down. As McCree and Junkrat both using their ultis. McCree not able to find anyone. Is Junkrat able to find someone? And he's able to find 2. Very well done by Junkrat, being very patient. As Buckeye Central just pushing out Shaker Heights as they now back up and look for the next fight.
Buckeye Central now having 3 ults, almost having Graviton, surely going to win this next team fight just purely off of ult economy. Shaker's going to have to charge some ults without wasting too many of them and trying to bait out the enemy ults.
Yeah, definitely. As you see, ults traded here. We have the Baptiste for the Symmetra Barrier. Oh, but the Reinhardt for Buckeye Central going just too deep into the enemy team, and once your Reinhardt falls, you're in a really bad position. You don't have much tank, especially with Zarya. So they're going to lose this fight. Though they are bringing it back, but probably will not be enough. Though props to them. Even though Reinhardt did blow Shatter, they were smart enough, or reactive enough, is the better term, to save their ultimates, the Mercy and the Zarya, for the next fight. As we see some skirmishes out here, and the Reinhardt getting picked in a skirmish. That's another free 10 seconds of time there, as you see the percentage bar, 76 to almost 20% now.
Yeah, I don't think Buckeye really can't, or sorry, Shaker can't really afford to lose another team fight. I think they have like maybe a team fight and a half if they were to lose point again. So they're going to need to go on a huge,
but
just
great
like
Earth Shatter coming out from Shaker Heights, though they might get heavily punished for it, as they weren't really able to find much and they took more damage. But Baptiste saving his whole team, able to get out. Junkrat here, able to clear away some Metro turrets, and huge play by Venom on the McCree. I didn't really see it because it's out of the corner of my eye on the side of the map, and it appears Shaker Heights didn't see it either. So great job by Venom on this McCree, flanking around the side, getting the picks his team needs to win this team fight, and now Shaker Heights once again in a desperation position.
Shaker will be going on the high ground, trying to take out the Junkrat, but he will be spotted, giving away his flank.
McCree trying to get up here in Deadeye, but it'll be hard. The 2v1. But Baptiste, where are you? Drops down. As the Diva Bomb also finds a pick in huge Deadeye. Personally, I wouldn't have used it, but I guess you are at the 99% range. You want to make sure there's no chance that Buckeye Central can bring it back. But if you look at the ult economy, it's hugely in the favor of Buckeye Central. It's 4-2. So Buckeye Central here just looking to clean up. Though if they lose here, depending how long they take, this could be map 1. Shatter blocked. Great job by Roberts on the Reinhardt. The Symmetra getting a lot of picks, even before Symmetra getting almost full charge, well, getting full charge, and shredding Reinhardt as he walks through. And does that to the rest of the team, and it looks like this map was very well brought back by Shaker Heights.
Ball not going to be able to be touching point due to the slowing effect from the Symmetra turrets. I think it was great plays on Shaker's part. However, Buckeye really lost it when they stopped focusing down the Symmetra turrets. They pretty much just walked into the door one by one, slowly being poked by the Symmetra turrets before the fight could even really start. They will be pulling out a Reaper to hopefully burst those down faster than Junkrat per se, but we'll see these Scaro to Symmetra turret placements and how they improve.
Yeah, same comp pretty much coming out from the side of Shaker Heights here. As this point, much the same as the other, just a big brawl, though there are boop angles to knock people off the map on the point, but neither team, they both have Lucio, so we can look for some fun and wild plays here, as both sides using their sim TP to get on point. It looks like Buckeye Central getting more people on the point, getting a better objective, and trading Reinhardt's here, so the fight's pretty much even. As Symmetra for Buckeye Central, Venom doing a lot more work than the Symmetra for the other team, almost completely solo carrying the fight here. As Lucio is rezzed, it looks like this will go over to the side of Buckeye Central. After some time, of course.
Slowly just trying to stall out the time to get his team back. Personally, I don't think that was necessary from Mayhem. It was a lost fight. There's no percentage loss happening. All he did was really just stall himself in that situation.
You see us swap the Pharah here, looking for Pharah ultimate plays. Doesn't have the Mercy, though. The enemy team has the Mercy, as the Mercy put in a lot of work that game. Almost all ultimates up, and Venom winning that 1v1 again. On the Symmetra, he's been completely dominant, this game at least, over Scaro, but Victory Blaze coming in here, able to get a pick as the Battle of the Lucios. We didn't get to see it, but Oceanic going absolutely wild with these boot plays off the map, taking out both supports.
They were waiting to maybe get a little bit of Outcharge. He won't find any, so he will return back to his team. Buckeye Central completely taking back map control.
Yeah, ult economy as well. They have 4 ready. Reinhardt Shatter charges super fast. As we do see the re-engage from Shaker Heights coming up here. Oh, Reaper looking for a flank with Death Blossom. Teleports to the top. Sees Pharah, is going to go to destroy that and maybe run in and Q. Doesn't like the angle, as we see Lucio ult come out. And he likes that angle, as he's able to take out Baptiste, and he's able to force back Shaker Heights as his team picks them off. Playing Reaper is all about getting your Death Blossom and finding the angle to use it. And perfectly done there by Rise and Fire. Getting the ultimate quickly and using it at a great time. That's still the ult economy in favor of Buckeye Central. We see a Diva Bomb go in. It's dodged. It is not dodged. Venom is taken down, and that pretty much just opens up the point. As ult after ult after ult being used by Shaker Heights, which I do understand. You are in this situation where you need to win, but there are 2 people down. I don't think you need to commit that much, because now your ult economy is completely gone. You've wasted everything but the 2 support ults.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be very hard. Interesting that Buckeye pulls out a Hanzo against a Pharah comp. However, they do have a McCree to deal with that, so they will be easily dealt with this. Victory just trying to get an easy poke in, maybe destroy a shield. Will be first out of the play, though.
Buckeye taking their time. They know they have more of it than they can. The Baptiste ult coming down, and Amplified Pharah and McCree just do a ton of damage. As they do, one of them do fall, Pharah falls, but it's completely worth it. The fact that Shaker Heights completely swapping over Buckeye Central, and this could be another comeback round for them. It was 0 to 99%. A final clutch fight, because now the ult economy is more equal. It's not completely equal, but it's more equal. It's in a good spot here, as we see Buckeye Central looking like they're coming back. Huge Earth Shatter here from Candle. Basically, he's just guaranteed his team another 1 fight, and this is looking like bad territory for Buckeye Central here.
It's going to be very hard. They have 1 team fight left on them, whereas they do have Dragon, they do have Beat, almost High Noon, and Graviton. They have a lot of combo potential that Shaker does not. However, it's going to be whoever has the first pick in this fight, I do believe.
Yeah, but we did see the shatter was blown by Buckeye Central and didn't amount to much. As we see a high noon from behind. Skara with the high noon again. He's done this multiple times this map alone. As the Reinhardt charging, trying to push people off. But this fight is one for Shaker Heights. As Shaker Heights clutching that out. That was 0 to 99%. They had to not lose a single fight that whole time. And they did. That was a great comeback by them. Skara with that amazing clutch high noon from behind. As we see the other McCree, Victory Blaze here, with one of his other high noons, I believe.
Yes, his high noon from above. Honestly, I do think this was the play. It was really good. Got the easy 3 picks on the team fight. Beautiful that he got the high ground. I don't understand why the Junkrat did just leave him to play from the flank when he saw him earlier, but well played on his part.
We do see Zarya getting 10 upvotes on her card. Zarya did an amazing job, don't get me wrong. But personally, I would have given it to Skaro there on the McCree. Consistently finding high noons. I mean, both McCrees did great, but Skaro's at the end there, and his picks in those fights, especially at the start, were key in letting his team win. It is now 1-1 in the Esports Ohio Overwatch 2021 Spring Semifinals. That is a mouthful. A 1-1 between Shaker Heights and Buckeye Central. It's a best of 5, so first team to 3 wins. This is going to look like a tight game as map pick now coming out for Buckeye Central. They seem to do well on maps with these chokes. They're going to Eichenwald. Now, I love Eichenwald. Eichenwald is my favorite map in the game. My team, Lima Shawnee, doing a little plug there. It's our favorite map. We play on it all the time. I love it. I'm super excited to see what these two teams can do.
Absolutely. It is definitely a community favorite. I don't know many people who hate it. Personally, it's very fun, but it can also be very not fun all at the same time. It really just depends on what the comp pulls out. We're definitely going to see some Symmetra gameplays from the defense side. It's very Symmetra-sided on first point up until you kept it. After that, I don't believe we will see much. We're still going to see many McCrees. It's just such a high-value champion for the skill level required. Rhines, as always, you can't push through that. You can't push through any choke without a Rhine or just a shield in general. We're still going to see very similar team comps. However, with it being 1-1, it shows that both of these teams can play with this comp and against the comp at the same time.
Yeah, it looks like both teams might be ready here as we hop into Game 3. And one of my favorite things why I love Eichenwald so much is, as you were talking about, kinda, the ability to play so many different things, right? Each section is its own. You have the first area, that's this choke point through this bridge. You know, you want some Metra. You might even see Torb, Bastion, and people, you know, famously, the San Francisco Shock a while ago did their attack Bastion thing on Eichenwald, where they did crazy bunker rooms. It's such a diverse map. It's like 3 different maps in one. You have the first choke area, you have the long range push, and then you have that short range crowded King of the Hill style area at the end. So it will be really interesting to see what the teams bring out here. I'm hoping for some diversity, as if these are the picks, I am super, super happy, as it looks like it will be, as we see Candle. Yep, and it is. We see Candle on their signature hamster. I love Sigma. Sigma being chosen here. I think Sigma's great on this map. He's perfect with how the terrain is. You can get so many angles, so many hits. Ana, interesting pick, first time. Same with the Brig. Very unique support lineup here. I love it though. I love watching Brig and a gameplay and a huge display of skill. And Brig is always just fun to watch run at people. We see Victory Blaze on their signature McCree and Skaro on the Tracer, one of the most skill expressive characters in Overwatch. But in response, we do see Farrah Mercy, which will be countered by the McCree as Candle able to skirt away there. Give his supports a lot of ult charge though, as we see Ana also for the side of Buckeye Central, as Venom here on his McCree getting picks, and we see a standard tank lineup. It looks like they're not holding this first choke here. As Candle, waiting behind, waiting to knock people in. Is he able to find anyone? He is able to find some as he disrupts the backline. This hamster's more there to be a nuisance than anything.
Going to be getting some easy poking. We're going to need the McCree to, the McCree to burst her down, as no one else will have the sustain to do so. Venom, however, will get a pick on the Tracer.
Victory Blaze, though, returning it. And once again returned by Zarya here, as it looks like Buckeye Central just completely taking over that first point. I love the creativity from Shaker Heights. I'm a huge fan of it, but personally, I think it kind of cost them this map. The hamster wasn't really able to do much. Hamster's job typically is to disrupt, cause chaos, but when you have stuff like McCree or Ana or Farah, who, once a target is slept or stunned, will just instantly get bursted down. And Buckeye Central, pros to them, able to perfectly do that, as we see Scaro swap over to the Soldier 76, great at these long-range areas, and if you can control the recoil, absolutely deadly. We see McCree here having his ult. Ult economy slightly in favor of Buckeye Central, ever so slightly, as Candle did swap to the Roadhog. Roadhog Sigma, an old combination that's never really gotten bad. As free distance being given over to Buckeye Central, though. Victory Blaze dropping down, might look for a high noon. Able to pour a lot into Zarya without her doing anything. Rising Fire on this Hanzo here. Looks like Shaker Heights able to find more, though, with their Reinhardt playing out. Oh, great quick flick to get that kill, as both sides are even, but Shaker Heights does have the slight spawn advantage, but Rising Fire on this Hanzo absolutely destroying. But the cart is going backwards, so it is, as of now, a win for Shaker Heights.
Eisenfire is in a very bad position. He's going to be forced to take a Mega. Personally, I wouldn't have, just because I could have fed my Ana a little bit more of the ult charge, but he will be using it, denying it from both sides. Hopefully that doesn't come to bite someone in the future.
He's in the back here, able to do what he did before, not able to find the kill, though, and now his position is known, as Victory Blaze and Candle instantly going down, and a nanoed Sigma. Is he able to bring it back, though? He got so much of the enemy team, the 1 HP, but not, just barely able to not clutch it out. As he is trying his best, though, will be taken down. It looked like it was a great Earth Shatter there by Buckeye Central's Reinhardt, and that was the only ultimate they used. Shaker Heights had to bring two, the Sigma ulti and the Ana ulti. As Candle might get caught out here. Alright, able to safely get out. He is Roadhog. He is almost impossible to kill. As Candle popping his Roadhog ulti, keeping Buckeye Central back. And the Dragon, though, the Grav Dragon strikes again, taking out multiple members. Scaro, though, popping his ult on Soldier 76, tearing through Buckeye Central. If he's able to get this kill, yep, this is an assured win for them. Once again, Scaro, when Shaker Heights needs him most, he clutches up here. That's 5 of the 6 that he got, and a little emote at the end. Oh, man. But once again, clutching up when his team needed him, using his ultimate in a near perfect circumstance. Though a bit of a misplay from Buckeye Central, I will say. You should just, when Soldier pops that, shield, back up, do something. But overall, really well done. As we do see Buckeye pushing up through staircase. Trapped in staircase here, Buckeye can't really do much, as there is a brawl going on. Whoever gets picked first will just likely be able to push this. We see the Nano come down onto the Reinhardt. Reinhardt going really deep, and his team able to clean up behind him. Very well executed by his team. But Venom winning the duel with Victory Blaze. Victory Blaze getting a little bit ahead of himself here, running into the whole enemy team. And so now Shaker Heights find themselves trapped on the staircase. But they should be safe for now, as Buckeye Central does look like they're pulling back. as they are going up top. Or are we going to see the famed Reinhardt shatter from the heavens, the 360 jump off the bridge? It's not in the right position. They probably won't go for it. But as Buckeye Central pushes in, we do see Brig on the side of Shaker Heights drop the ult. As the High Noon does come down. Not able to find anyone though. Victory Blaze winning the 1v1 duel with Rise and Fire. Venom not able to get the pick. Great Sigma ulti on the point, and Victory Blaze using the Sigma ult to get his McCree Deadeye. Amazing usage of the Sigma ult combo, as this looks like map 1 is going to easily be a hold for Shaker Heights, as it is only 1.3 meters that will back up soon. So Shaker Heights, they're only going to have to get the first objective and get it on to the second bridge.
They will have the Dragon Graviton combo, however the Brig will be taking out the Hanzo before it can be used.
Brig dueling Hanzo and winning, reminiscent of the good old GOATS era, but Venom, his swap to the Genji, doing a lot of work in the backline as Buckeye Central defying doubt here and being able to take the second point. Venom just randomly swapping the Genji and popping off. Amazingly well done. Nice deflect. They will probably not have Nano Blade up for some time. That's the combo between Ana's ultimate, which increases damage, and Genji's ultimate, which gives him a very, very deadly sword. As Brig using ult to gain some ground, pushing back Buckeye Central. As the brawl ensues, Venom almost getting picked, barely able to get out. Rise and Fire. You have to watch with Brig. If you're just slightly overextended, Brig will take advantage of it. As now Shaker Heights exploding out with only 30 seconds left. They're looking for any stall picks they can find.
Buckeye will have 5 ults, almost 6, but they don't have the time to do anything, really.
Yeah, they have to run and touch the point. They might have to sacrifice someone. As we do see the Nano Blade come in, and great Baptiste Immortality Field, but it's not enough for the Nano Blade, as Venom able to clean up on this Genji. Great deflect, saving his own life with that one. Victory Blaze is able to fight one with the Deadeye, and respawns are huge in the favor of Shaker Heights. So we'll be able to see what happens here, as exploding out of their spawn comes Shaker Heights, trying to do a last hold here, as they do get grabbed. And is there going to be a grab dragon play? No, he doesn't have dragon used at the start of that fight. Scarrow on the Doomfist. This is the clutch champion. Is he able to find picks though? He is not taken down by Venom. This looks like it's going to easily go over to Buckeye Central. It's Buckeye Central cleaning up here, but Victory Blaze swapping the Hanzo, able to get 2. I don't know if it's enough. The res going down. It will not be enough, sadly, as it looks like almost certainly Buckeye Central, a bit of a mischarge there, will be able to clean this up, but Hamster coming out.
Ball doing what Ball does, just rolling around on point, trying to stall as long as he can.
Is the ball stall enough though? Venom finding more picks though. This is the issue with these chaotic fights at the end. Blue side's gonna be screaming and all chaos, and red side's able to be calculated and coordinated, as that perfectly shows as pick after pick after pick going to red side here. It's hopefully just a matter of time. While they did cap it, they did it at the max time and overtime. So overall, great hold by Shaker Heights, really the best possible hold you could have with the enemy team getting the last objective. They have no time remaining. So if Shaker Heights does push it, Buckeye Central will only get a minute, which is 1, maybe 2 team fights, especially with this first choke here. So very well done by Shaker Heights, setting themselves up to win it later.
Yeah, that was a very long team fight. I definitely didn't realize the impact that that one ult would have, but it did have a huge impact in just increasing the time that fight needed for Buckeye to finally push the payload to its final destination.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
We will be seeing a Mei from the Victory Blaze here. I'm very excited to see an attack Mei. I feel like it's honestly, I don't see it enough in my opinion. Mei is a great champ, both attack and defense. And so I can't wait to see these aggressive walls that we will be seeing. It does look like Jay Roberts, yeah, he will be looking for a damage boosted fire strike into the spawn, looking for some early art charge. He will
He does
find
find it 17. Ooh, a Symmetra flank by the side of Shaker Heights, though. Perfectly calculated by Jay Roberts, who gets a clutch fire strike on the Mei. And that's... Start off the fight bad, it's gonna end bad. As Scaro able to find one, but probably not many other picks as they are taken down. Nice damage combo, though. Very well done.
that fight ended so fast. It honestly, that Jay Roberts putting out so much damage with Shaker Heights being so clustered.
Yeah, and Jay Roberts once again moving up here. We do have Zarya doing Zarya things, saying you're covered because she's covering her allies and shields that give her more damage. Venom with the McCree out. Oh, barely surviving. I'm gonna have to go back and watch that. He was so close to death. As Rise and Fire also there. These Buckeye Central DPS playing on the edge, and it gets them caught out. So you don't play on the edge of your health bar because all the enemy team has to do is breathe on you, and there goes the objective. As now Shaker Heights exploding within a really quick take compared to their counterparts. Baptiste here with a little cheeky hole.
Shaker almost with a C9 off the point. Buckeye, though, does have 6 ultimates for the next fight, although Shaker only has 1, maybe 2, depending on how much they can charge.
Yeah, huge ult advantage here for Buckeye Central. Though, they seem to just be letting Shaker Heights push through, as they do come in the combat up top. I don't know why Shaker's choosing to take this fight here. You could just let the cart push, as it's up to 3 people you have on the cart moves faster. As they are just picked off and taken down. Maybe they didn't expect Buckeye Central to be up here. That's probably what happened, but I just want to take that fight. I just back off and wait, as this is going to give Buckeye Central a lot of time to push up and stop this cart. And they only had to use 1 ultimate. None really used by the side of Shaker Heights. Baptiste might have gone down. But they will have probably 4 up for this next fight. Same as Buckeye Central. As the Deadeye comes out from Venom, and he's right behind where he needs to be. Amazing job. That now makes it a 5v6, favoring the side of Buckeye Central, which is huge for them, as it looks like Shaker Heights caught down, and a huge Earth Shatter coming out. An amazing cleanup by Buckeye Central. It's really hard to fight in that building on Eichenwald when you're behind like this, because the enemy team is just going to fill that choke with all their abilities, and if they have more, they're typically going to win.
Honestly, it feels like Buckeye just has more sustained damage. I mean, easy pick for Venom. The sustained damage is going to be huge for them. Maybe he can get a cheeky flank with the Junkrat ult. He will find Candle. This is very depressing for Shaker Heights.
Yeah, respawn timers in Overwatch are 10 seconds, and with something like a Reinhardt down, you have to wait the 10 seconds to push in, and that's another 10 seconds going over to Buckeye Central. As they run in, we do see the Lucio come down. This is going to be an explosive upfront fight. As we see the Baptiste draft, we see ults going down everywhere, But Candle and Scaro able to get the picks up front that they needed with the Boostio. Well, not Boostio, with the boost from Lucio. If I saw Boostio, I'd be screaming so much louder. And the Lucio ult coming down. Very well done. Very good coordination by the side of Shaker Heights as they do push this cart forward more. They will not most likely be able to get the second objective as Candle getting caught out here in a bit of a risky position. This might change the tide of the fight as Buckeye Central jumping on top of Shaker Heights, dogpiling their DPS and taking back the cart. Amazing play. Kind of a misposition by Shaker Heights. They all really needed to be on the cart, so that couldn't happen. But very well done dogpile. I believe Reinhardt's character model was in fact on top of it was either McCree or Junkrat. It was quite a sight as economy kind of equal here as Reinhardt will easily get it, so this should be an even fight. As Venom popping the Deadeye early, not finding anything. Earthshatter going down, but J. Roberts gets caught with it. Very well done by Shaker Heights. And Rise and Fire with Buckeye Central, though, as we said, fighting in those chokes, able to dish out a ton of damage. Are they able to continue with it, or is Zarya going to be the solo carry? Zarya taken down by Venom. Very, very well done. Buckeye Central turning a really bad opener to a great play by using terrain to their advantage. Rise and Fire's Junkrat definitely performing insanely well here in these chokes. And personally, as Shaker Heights, I would just stop trying to go in these areas. It hasn't worked for you, but they're running back in there as Buckeye Central not really prepared to handle it. They do blow the Junkrat ult, and Scaro finds the pick on Rise and Fire. Amazingly well done. This is going to open up the fight for Shaker Heights. And another pick. Scaro just going insane on the enemy team, that the Reinhardt will be rezzed. As Candle beating back the enemy team.
Will be caught by a random mine just placed at the right time. Venom wasting his high noon ult, trying to get them off the point.
Oceanic here, finding a single boop as he dances around the point. Is he going to be able to find more? There is a graph coming down. Will it be survived? It may be, though. It is high tide as Mayhem also finding a counter boop on Art. But Oceanic, this is just a boop fest here. Oceanic finding 2, Mayhem finding 1. The res coming out for Mercy, though. Mayhem, battle Mercy mode as Mercy takes down Mayhem and Venom wins the McCree duel. And Buckeye Central taking this map. That was a crazy last fight. The Lucios, I think, like 6 people in total were knocked off. That was insane.
I haven't seen a Lucio battle like that since I started watching SK, one of the greatest Reddit Lucios of Overwatch. That was so chaotic for a team fight, man.
Yeah, that was insane. As the great combo play sent out here. As that's going to put Buckeye Central up 2-1. They only need one more map to beat the defending champions and people who they lost to last quarterfinals on their own trek last season to finals. Kind of a revenge story here if they do win. As this is the spring 2021 semifinals between Shaker Heights Buckeye Central. Buckeye Central leading 2-1. And it looks like Shaker Heights is going to opt to go to Route 66. I hate Route 66.
Really? You hate it?
I hate this map. Every time I play it, I lose.
I will say I enjoy the first 2/3 of the map when you're outside, but when the payload starts to go inside, it feels like a giant choke.
Yes.
However, so that's why I don't like it. However, the first 2 I love to watch. I love to play in.
Yeah, maybe my sad Reinhardt brain doesn't like my shield taking a lot of damage as I walk in. But on the first 2 parts, I'm not a fan of this map, though. This has super long sightlines, which means stuff like McCree, Widow, Ashe, and it has hard corners, so things like Symmetra, probably not Torb, though I would love to see a Torb. And there is also a lot of hamster play on this map, so I'm very excited to see what these teams do, as we are going to have a quick 5-minute break.
Now, do you think we're going to see some very similar comps, or do you think we're going to see something new pulled out, such as the Tracer from 2 rounds ago?
Personally, I think Buckeye Central is going to stay to their tried and true kind of stuff. Venom on Simmer McCree has done amazingly well, and they're just going to have to pick one and put him on it. And Rise and Fire also on similar characters, especially the Junkrat, has done an amazing job. And support-wise, the supports have shown they're flexible, can play what they want. I'm expecting to see Reinhardt, Diva, Reinhardt, Zarya, um, that kind of stuff, just because of current tanks. Though for Shaker Heights, things could get a little bit more wild. I mean, this is match point for you. If you lose this game, you lose the series. So I am pumped for them to bring out some wild, crazy strategy that's going to help them win this map. Things like the hamster, things like Widowmaker player just absolutely shredding apart Buckeye Central. Uh, that kind of stuff I would be really interested in. And Buckeye Central though could pull out random things too. I mean, we could see it, but in a match point scenario, I'm gonna more look at what Shaker Heights does. Or they could feel the opposite. They could feel, man, guys, we're in a match point scenario. Let's go with our tried and true, our comfort picks, and we're just gonna end up seeing what happens.
Just a quick update. The other semifinal match has actually completed already. They're a little quicker, but Oak Hills, they're out of Cincy. They beat Perrysburg 3-0 here in this bracket. So Oak Hills Cincy will actually advance to the finals to play the winner of this game next week on June 1st. So that match is done. So it'll be interesting to see who's going to take on Oak Hills Cincy. Quite a powerhouse in multiple games, but even Overwatch.
Yeah, I've played against their team for Overwatch and League a few times. Definitely a powerhouse. That will be an exciting finals, no matter who they play against, though, because as we've seen, both these teams are quite evenly matched.
Yeah, these teams do play very similarly. It's actually like they have very similar comps. However, it feels like Shaker is more so they spread out a lot more than Buckeye does. Buckeye likes to death ball pretty much everything, whereas with Shaker you'll see one or two people going high ground, one or two people on payload, and then one or two people going on flank, which typically isn't the way Overwatch is intended to be played. It is more so that death bally style of team fights. And I feel like Buckeye Central understands that, and they've almost perfected their death ball style.
Yeah, yeah, talking about how Overwatch is played. Um, One of the ways I found it described to me was there's three stages in team play Overwatch. There's the first stage, which is just raw skill, right? Understanding the game from a 6v6 perspective, realizing you're not always the solo carry, you got a team to play with. And then there's the second stage, which is you play a six. You're able to communicate a lot. You're able to move as a unit. You're able to work well together, kind of thing. And then there's this last stage almost, which is you kind of, in a way, each player knows what they're doing subconsciously now, and you can communicate and interact in a way where players can do individual things but always work together. And as you said
Yeah.
with Buckeye Central, they're doing death ball, but when you look at their death ball, it's almost like it shoots a bunch of shrapnel off when it hits. Each player goes and does exactly what they're supposed to do. They aren't all clumped together. There's not someone not understanding what to do. They all kind of know what to do and they all understand it. Shaker Heights, they all know what they're supposed to do, and they do look like they all understand it, but it's almost like they skipped that second step. Because it's like there's three separate teams of Shaker Heights, which works when someone can get a pick, but when you can't find a pick, you're just going to get deathballed on, and now it's a 4v6.
Traveling to Route 66.
Yeah, it definitely
Initial
it's death ball in this with the style of comp that uh Buckeye is going what with the Zarya, the Reinhardt, the McCree, the Sim, Junkrat, the Mercy. It is a very death ball type of comp, and the only real way to counter a death ball is to either death ball yourself or to go longer ranges such as Ashe or Widowmaker and then poke or pick a squishy such as the Ana or the Mercy, allowing you to get that advantage up on a death ball comp. Because what with a death ball, the second you lose one or even two or even one champ heroes, you pretty much immediately lose the death ball if not played correctly down a man. So I definitely feel like Shaker should switch up a comp, pull out a Widowmaker or an Ashe, whatever they're more comfortable with, and try to click heads better, and hopefully pick a squishy, allowing for that entry, but it does seem like they will be going with the Soldier McCree comp yet again.
Yeah, going back to their first map hold composition here, as Candle on the Wrecking Ball, kind of hiding behind, as this whole team's hiding around the corner. Once again found! Buckeye Central, and they get the pick, Buckeye Central. Every time Candle's gone on his hamster, his Hammond pick, he's just gotten absolutely obliterated on it. So Shaker Heights, I do like swapping it up, but this just costs you a ton of area, as Rise and Fire dishing out a ton of damage, kind of beating back Shaker Heights as they are down a man.
Wow. Ooh, big rock on the Ana, however, it won't find any picks.
Candle
Man,
back into the fight. Candle once again getting picked, though finds the Hanzo. Is it a worthwhile trade though? We'll see how the fight ends up going. As another trade, support for support. The two teams pretty much equal. As another trade comes down, but Venom on the McCree finding a lot. Another trade. These teams just keep trading back and forth. Extremely even fight here. As it looks like a slight advantage for Shaker Heights, that mostly coming from them being slightly closer on respawns as they beat back Buckeye Central. We did get a bit of area. The Ana Nano coming out here, I'm not sure how I like that, as I don't know if you have a team to follow you up on, as Ana getting dove here by Candle but is forced away. And Ana also for Shaker Heights throwing down a Nano as a single pick comes down for them. Picks going back and forth here between Buckeye and Central. It's hard to tell who's really ahead, as Buckeye finding a lot of clutch picks though. And with Reinhardt being alive, this may be good, as Mayhem typing in chat get away to his team. Or maybe that was to the enemy, I don't know, as a great charge coming in from Roberts here, and Roberts dumpstering the enemy team. The enemy team coming right back at his backline, as he is in a 1v3 scenario, but he does have some support finally coming. The Earth Shatter post-slept by Ana, as Roberts is cleaned up. There's a res on the supports though. And it looks like overall Shaker Heights is going to win. And no matter what, this is a win for Shaker Heights. They're burning lots of time.
Yeah. If Victory Blaze with 2 headshots, 2 picks, he will be on the high ground still. Nothing to really contest him, other than maybe a Hanzo, but with him being a projectile, his only real counter here would be on counter McCree. However, Victory Blaze does seem to be getting some sustained heals. With also High Noon, he will be able to end this team fight quickly if not caught when he pops his ult.
Speaking of the counter McCree, we do see Venom's spot to McCree as Oceanic popping what's most likely a defensive Nano, especially at this point in the game. Rise and Fire finding a pick on the enemy DPS. Victory Blaze only getting one with his High Noon. Great Sigma ulti coming down for the side of Shaker Heights, and that might just be enough, and it looks like it will be. But Venom doing a lot for his team here. As Venom gets 3, is he able to get 4? He is not. It's hard to be alive when your tanks aren't, and this looks like it could be a last second contest from Buckeye Central, but that will most likely go in Shaker Heights' favor. as we do see the attempted last hold.
Ooh.
Oh, barely able to get on. Great job by Roberts, but it probably won't be enough as Candle drops his ult, finds the Zarya. It will be amazingly hard for them to take any more. As Venom, though, Deadeye trading McCree's. Well, winning the McCree 1v1, I should say. As Roberts spinning around here, rolling into Candle's mines as he is taken down. This looks like an easy wrap-up for Shaker Heights.
Oh. Well played from Shaker. They stalled out the fight for so long that we had almost a minute and a half minimum of just contesting meters away from the final destination. That has to hurt their ego in some sort of way.
Yeah, I was going Captain Flowers casting on that one. But as we do see, the teams are swapping sides now. And it's going to be up to Shaker Heights to push it all the way back to where Buckeye Central stopped, right in front of that door. This doesn't look very far, but as Shaker Heights showed, it can be hard to get it that far. As we see a Junkrat from Rise and Fire, especially in the choke situations, one of his favorite picks this series. And the Mercy coming out, I really like the Mercy pick, because especially on defense, if one member dies, it's not a big deal. And especially if a clutch member makes a mistake, it's almost like you erase that mistake with the rest. Not completely, but it helps. As we do see Candle, his hamster in the beginning was completely troll, did nothing. But at the end, it clutched up and was actually amazingly useful. So he's looking at that and it's like, okay, I warmed up at the beginning now. I'm all good. I'm ready to play. As he as he's locking in the hamster again, we see Scarrow going on the Hanzo and Rise and Fire getting some poke damage.
We'll see Candle trying to sneak his way up to the side, getting a little bit of info in the enemy positions. He will be spotted by J. Roberts, however.
Going for a cheeky spin, is not able to find it. He's able to dive into the backline though and start this fight off chaotic in the favor of Shaker Heights, but he does get taken down. Initially this was not his best play, but I don't think it really matters as Shaker Heights is getting lots of area. The pressure from Hamster is just able to get his team so much as they're able to find that pick, but at the cost of one of their own. It doesn't matter though. Victory Blaze shredding through Buckeye Central. As I did call Candle's hamster troll at first, but now looking at it, he did separate and break up the team as he does dive onto the backline. The Rise and Fire finding great trades, but Victory Blaze and Brig doing a lot in return.
Almost 3 minutes left and we're only a few meters away from the goal. I mean, 9 meters away. 3 minutes left. All we need is 2 picks and this map is over.
Yeah, there's 1 pick to the side of Shaker Heights. We'll see Victory Blaze going for the Deadeye. Is he able to find something? He's able to find 1. We see Venom with the counter Deadeye and it's eaten.
Nebby will be looking for a Sigma ult here. He will find it. Gets both of the tanks. Leaving J. Roberts at only 1 HP.
Rise and Fire on the Junkrat, able to find a pick on the support in the backline. That might be enough. As the Nanoed Hamster ulti comes down on the point, and it gives Zarya a ton of charge. Is it able to get the kills that they were hoping for? No, Reinhardt shield able to clear most of it off. As Zarya probably looking for an ulti here. Has a great angle around the corner though. Able to thread the Sigma cooldowns as Rise and Fire just jumps right on top of that. Perfect Zarya ulti for himself. And Venom on the Doomfist. I didn't see him do much. I just saw he swapped the Doomfist. But flying back into this fight as the ults are hugely in favor of Buckeye Central, who there might be 2 more fights, but 1 more good win on a fight and they should have this map and the match secured and their spot in finals secured. His Candle though doesn't want to let that happen, wants to let his team get a spot as he goes in, able to take out the steel trap though, get some good poke damage off, going for a wraparound behind. This Buckeye Central realize that they do, but Immortality Field has to be used. Oceanic here popping the Baptiste ulti using it to beat back. As the Sigma ult goes down, it's able to catch 2 or 3, I think just the tanks. Oh, but Scarrow on this Echo, able to find picks. But Rise and Fire able to do the same, but at the cost of his Junkrat ulti. As Candle taken down, this fight looks like it's going hugely in the side of Buckeye Central, as Echo, not as oppressive as she used to be, not able to do that much there, as Victory Blaze backing off, trying not to die. As he gets a huge pick on Rise and Fire, that's going to give his team a bit of time.
We'll
So
see
it
if
might-
Shaker can pull it back, what with High Noon and Nano. This will be kind of hard for them to pull off, though.
These last 20 seconds are going to decide who goes to finals, as Shaker Heights going for the wraparound. Victory Blaze might get caught out here. Candle really close. We do see the Nano going down. Nano Ball once again, as Ball gets charged, he's probably going to end up using his mines to clear the area. As Victory Blaze dropping ult, able to find one, Scarrow finding one, Mayhem finding another, as this fight looks like it's going definitely in the side of Shaker Heights as they completely wipe Buckeye Central. Shaker Heights clutching up in the last 20 seconds of Game 4 to bring it to a 2-2 match. Amazingly well done.
Yeah, really well played. I really enjoyed that High Noon ult in order to kill the Baptiste before you could get any more heals off. Very big. Here we have the play of the game.
Venom here for Shaker. Wait. It's confusing.
For Shaker.
But for Shaker, okay, yeah. So Venom for Shaker Heights doing a lot there, as Oceanic getting the most votes on his card. Very, very good job healing 33% of the damage his team took. But Shaker Heights with the amazing clutch at the end there. Last 20 seconds of Game 4, you know, you're down, you're in a crazy situation, and you're able to come together and clutch it up, as this is Game 5. The winner of this Game 5 will decide who faces Oak Hill Cincy in finals, and we're going to Hollywood. What a more dramatic... I don't think there's any more dramatic, fitting place for this. Hopefully we do get to see a theater show out of these games. I'm super excited.
Yeah, I definitely enjoy playing on Hollywood. However, my previous team actually really hated Hollywood. I didn't really understand why. Personally, I think it's one of the better maps, especially for competitive play. So we'll see how each team plays here. This is more of a, you've been mentioning it earlier, Torbjorn. How you've been wanting to see Torbjorn. I feel like this is more of a Torbjorn type of map, in my opinion. My bad. I did misclick. Alright. Sorry about
It
that.
looks like both the teams might be fine with it. If not, though, we'll have to back out here, give people some time. But, yeah, as you said, I love Torbjorn. He is my second favorite character in the game, after Reinhardt, of course, as the Reinhardt main. But, we'll see if they pull it out. I doubt they will. Symmetra's been so impressive. And why pick Torb and you can pick Sim kind of mentality? Typically happens a lot. As both teams going to stuff we've seen before, I really want that to stay Sombra. It's Symmetra. I'm not bummed to see Symmetra. I would just love some Sombra gameplay. As we see Shaker Heights here, opting for the hamster with this comp that's worked. It's worked for them. It clutched up for them at the end of the last game. They're really good on it. They know how to do it. They practice it 100 times, going back to comfort here, even though their comfort is a bit weird in the current meta. It's still comfort, and it still works, and it won them that last game. So they're going to run with it. Buckeye Central, though, Rise and Fire on the Hanzo, and Venom on the Symmetra. Probably going to see a TP play. Weird to kind of pair Hanzo with the TP play typically, but they do really like using the Grab Dragon Zarya plus Hanzo ultimate abilities. As we see Buckeye Central on attack here, looking for the Symmetra TP angle.
Ooh.
Symmetra picked before she could find the angle. That's going to set Buckeye Central very far back. That's going to be 15-20 seconds of time wasted. While 10 to 20 seconds might not sound like a lot, we're playing in 40 and 4-minute windows at the start and even shorter later. And for the time it takes to fight and stuff, that could be a huge difference. Candle here has a huge flank. Spotted out expertly by Venom. Buckeye Central keeping their eyes on that hamster's whereabouts, as he just jumps right over and gets out safely. Buckeye Central exploding into the point. Venom really far ahead of his team, and it looks like it won't cost him, but Scarrow able to find Rising Fire in the backline, but well traded by Venom, and the power of that Mercy able
Ooh, will be stunned just before he falls, canceling the slam. Shaker being first to give up point right now, as they don't have much of a shield except for the Sigma. Victory Blaze with a huge aimbot coming out from the soldier right now. They will end up holding off the site though.
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, some minor mic difficulties on my end. As yes, as you said, that was very well done.
We'll see where Squirrel goes this time. He won't be taking the high ground actually, which personally I think all H-scans should go. We'll see how they're taking it.
Sigma
Buckeye
ult able to find one, and it does lead to a pick here. Scarrow able to pick Venom. Mercy already using the res, so won't have that up for a little while, as we could see a Grav Dragon type play come out, but Candle disrupting the side of Buckeye Central. Rising Fire falling extremely low. 60 seconds left.
Buckeye doesn't really seem to know what to do here. They're just kind of looking for some picks that they won't be able to make. Shield's going to be broken before they can even touch the point. Candle is going to be causing distraction while they will be nanoing Victory Blaze.
And it's a worthwhile nano as he shreds the enemy team. Kind of a whiffed right click there, right when I say that. But other than that, flawless performance by Victory Blaze. Very well done by Shaker Heights. And this is, all ults are up for Buckeye Central. This is their last chance to contest. The only ult not up for Shaker is that nano, but that should come up rather quickly, as we do see the Grav coming down. It's going to be followed by the Dragon. The Brig ult most likely preventing, but the Dragon does come in, and it barely kills Sigma, as that is 2 characters up now, 3 for the side of Buckeye Central. It looks like Buckeye Central is saying, we want to go to finals, we're going to take this point, but Candle contesting it. Is he able to make it work? He is not, as Buckeye Central taking this point, and they're one step closer to making it to finals as they take this, and they won't have much time to push it though. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go a long, long way on Hollywood.
Yeah. Mid definitely is the harder part to take in this part of the map, especially with the comp that we're going against, McCree and Soldier. You're going to be picked off, poked at a lot from these high grounds.
Yeah,
And
McCree here back in his natural territory in a western town setting in the middle of Hollywood, as Farah being the pick for Buckeye Central with a Farah Mercy composition. Nice picks there. Kendall using the knockup perfectly on Hamster.
Buckeye just waiting for their honor to return from the respawn. Trying to get the enemies onto the high ground.
This Victory Blaze Venom matchup, the duel of the V's here, but happening quite often, and it does go back and forth, but Scarrow able to find Hydrus on the Mercy, though traded back for partner Farah as huge Sigma ult comes down, mostly blocked through, but Kando getting 2 knockups in a row. That was a lot of crowd control. For a second, there is the Ana duel. Mayhem winning the Ana duel. Definitely going to be remembering that one, as McCree able to find some picks, and it looks like it's going to go to the side of Shaker Heights.
Maybe 2 little picks, very nice. Stalling out the Zarya spawn with only 38 seconds left. Buckeye does have 6 ults. We're gonna see if they'll be able to pull it back against Shaker's 2, almost 3.
Yeah, Soldier and Brig will also charge quickly, so it could very fast, depending on how much poke Buckeye take. As a great play by Candle, able to knock up the enemy team into his minefields, distracting them enough for Victory Blaze to get 2 picks on the squishies, and that should almost be the fight. A wasted nano on Reinhardt here, not going to help his team much, as his whole team is dead, as he does run for point, though the grab strangely coming out. And there is now a pick for Victory Blaze. All ultimates used, as the game ends here. Round 1 is complete, and Shaker Heights with another great hold.
Well played from both teams. The comeback on the attack was very nice with the 14 seconds on the timer comeback. Very very entertaining to watch that. Sadly though, they were crashed down in the middle of the Hollywood, like I said, being poked too much from the soldier on the rooftops. I'm not so sure that the Farah play was a good pick into the Soldier McCree, as you do have your 2 biggest counters on the enemy team. I do believe Mayhem was also running the Ana, so you have, when Ana, if she needs to, you have 3 hit scan all aiming at you. He will realize this mistake and he will switch over to the May, hopefully being able to wall off the enemy team and separating them, isolating them from each other, and getting an easy pick. That is the hope.
Yeah, definitely May. This huge pick potential with her ability to freeze enemies, and if they're under 200 health, one-shot them, and then put walls in between people, put walls to stop people. Really going to help on this map, especially this objective, as you saw, because one of the things that Buckeye Central struggled with was getting through the choke, and May just makes that so much harder. As we do see, there's tried and true coming out from Shaker Heights, not much change there, as Candle jumping over rather quickly. Not going to get picked off this time, as he does go around behind. Gets spotted out by May, though. May kind of a natural counter to Hamster, won't be able to do much on his own. It's a great wall by May, able to keep the Hamster from reaching his team. He does break through it though, and into the face of his team. Amazing coordination there, but Venom does take out Scarrow. It is equal. SJ Roberts almost going down. The Ana 1v1's going back again to the Ana just being rezzed. As we see the brawl on point. Ana popping off. What is this? But Caster's bad luck. As right when I start yelling about it, Ana goes down, and it looks like Shaker Heights going to take a dominant win on this map. On this first point, sorry. As they also are winning the alt economy. And they only have to go 74 point about 5 meters.
Ooh, 5 minutes. We're very pushed up here. It's a very dangerous situation just being up this far. I understand that it's what we kind of need to do in order to ensure that Buckeye doesn't gain the space, but Buckeye is going to be getting a lot of poke in. Candle with a
great play by Candle. This could be it, ladies and gentlemen. This could be Shaker Heights bringing this back from a 1-2 scenario, winning 2 maps in a row, as an amazing play by Candle, knocking up the enemy team right into the McCree stun and obliterating them all, as they do get a free push here. I don't know if Buckeye Central will be able to get back in time, especially with this hamster stall, as they're running back, trying to do one last fight to try to secure themselves in finals. As we do see, they are just barely able to get back, as the hamster ult does come down and the brawl begins on the site as Candle being frozen. We do see McCree going behind for the side of Buckeye Central though. Buckeye Central kind of getting split up as Victory Blaze once again with the huge High Noon, Deadeye, whatever you like to call it, and Shaker Heights cleaning up Buckeye Central, and this will cement Shaker Heights' trip to the finals against Oak Hill Sensi. Amazing comeback. They were down 1-2. They had 20 seconds left in Game 4, and somehow they were able to pull it together and bring it back and win this best of 5, 3-2.
Actually, a roller coaster ride of a match to be watching. We went from watching a very one-sided play to a very equal play to another like one-sided and then another one-sided. It's very interesting how these two teams played against each other on each different map. Very entertaining.
Yeah, and the not technically, but nearly a reverse sweep done by Shaker Heights. Amazingly well done. And yes, GG's all around to both teams. So that is the conclusion of the Esports Ohio varsity semifinals match between Shaker Heights and Buckeye Central. Shaker Heights clutching out the win, 3-2. They will move on to the finals to play against Oak Hill Sensi. That should be a great game as well, and that will be our Overwatch spring finals, varsity spring finals. That will be next Tuesday, I believe.
Yeah, that is correct. Obviously, a great match that went the distance. Can't ask for something better than that to showcase the great talent of both schools. Congrats, obviously, to Shaker Heights on advancing, but Buckeye Central, nothing to be ashamed of. Definitely fought to the very end and very fun to watch. So overall, it was a great match. And any final thoughts from either one of you before we head out of here?
I'm excited to watch finals.
Same.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody's time today, taking time to watch. Great matchup there. One last time, I'm just going to thank our sponsors. Without them, we can't make this happen. So, Eris Sportswear, Gravity Gaming by Bytespeed, U.S. Army, Respawn Products, HyperX, Air Force Reserve, Ohio Army National Guard. Thank you for all you do for kids and giving us the opportunity to put this on display for others. We're signing off, and we'll catch you next week for the varsity final Overwatch between Oak Hill Cincy and Shaker Heights. Thanks, and have a great